Imtiyaz Qureshi is also with us, co-founder and director at Investeria Financial Services. Imtiyaz, any view on the markets? How do you essentially see the last 6 days rally?
Pankaj, first of all, very much impulsive wave we have seen right now. And I think so this rally is going to pause somewhere in the range of 83, 83.30. So that is a projection that the first leg is going to get over at around 83, 83.30. And after that, I think so that there would be some correction coming in, and then the third leg would open, which will be highly impulsive. As of now, very much optimistic on the market that the way we are seeing the trend and the way the stocks is performing, the basic important point is that the stock is performing at a very much. Like every day we see any of the frontline stocks are trading around 8, 9%, 10%. So that is a very much indication that the market is in a very much impulsive wave. And I think so 83, 80 could be projected in next couple of trading session. And after that, maybe some profit booking ahead of RBI policy.
Right. Imtiyaz, just stay on with us. Mr. Malkani is now back with us. Mr. Malkani, what do you make of the move that we've seen in the last 8-10 days? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I am a bit surprised. It's been a great move and sustained, and I did not expect it to go, almost in one direction. So far, virtually with no correction. And one thought it was more the May FNO closing, but it's continued, and most of the action seems to be on the FNO side and with FIIs, and that seems to be continuing, especially the large cap stocks.
Are valuations running ahead of estimates, or do you think that earnings can play a catch-up role and make valuations look fair?
No, I think the valuations are quite rich, but at the moment, because India is a flavor of the moment in the world among emerging markets, and I think with these global investor conferences and bullish sounds and GDP data, etc., we are in a sweet spot. Lots of things that can spoil the party. It can be China, it can be the monsoon, it can be this unfortunate Raghuram Rajan controversy. Results have not been great, but clearly market looks ahead, and some of the early signs of cement dispatch and power production, a few of these are clearly enthusing the market.
Right. As far as the events that you pointed out, Fed rate hike, Brexit, all of this will be important event, but any of the correction coming in because of these global factors would largely be an opportunity to buy, or are you expecting a big correction?
I'm not so sure of that. I think you could have a biggish move in case the Fed rate hike turns out to be worse than expected, or does come, or there's discipline. As I said, the biggest card for us right now is the onset of the monsoon. If there's any, but the market is assuming, we virtually lulled ourselves into thinking that statistically the third monsoon can't be bad. But if there is some disappointment on that front, then we could have a bit of a shake. But at the moment, it looks like there's much more steam in the rally.
Right. Mr. Malkani, thank you so much for joining us at a short notice. Hope to see you again soon. About 90 seconds remaining for closing. Most likely we should end about the 8200 mark. 8215 is where we are currently, and it should be a closing about the 8200. I think it would be the best closing since November 2015. So in the last 8 months, this would be the best closing. Tata Motors flat, really no change, 4 rupees higher. SBI up 1.3. Coal India up 3%. Coal India was the top mover today. ITC recovered most of its losses throughout the day, and that was the reason why markets recovered as well. Axis Bank up 2.5, 524. Bank of Baroda up 2.5%, 142. Tata Steel up 2.8, 341, 342. Sun Pharma down about 1% or so. Tata Power up 0.6. HCL Tech down about 1.7. HUL up 2.5%. NDPC flat, 0.25% higher. Yes Bank up 3%. Yes Bank is at a record level, 1,050 for Yes Bank. ONGC up about 1%. Infosys 0.1% higher. Asian Paints up 0.35. Bharti Airtel up 0.3. Tata Motors DVR 311, 1 to 2 rupees higher. Reliance Industries up 0.25%, 956. Power Grid up about 0.8. L&T 0.6% higher. Tech Mahindra up 1.3, 547. Lupin down about 1%. HDFC Limited up about 1.1. Kotak Mahindra Bank flat with really no major change. Ambuja Cement also as flat as it could get. BPCL up 1.6, 1003. Cipla up about 0.5. IndusInd Bank 1.6% higher. Z Entertainment up 1.5. That's the closing bell that you can see. 36.35 is the provisioning close. So markets will shut above the 8200 mark even on a adjusted basis. Ambuja Hero MotoCorp up about 1.6. M&M flat. Top gainers on your screen, Yes Bank. And really, Yes Bank moved in the last 15-20 minutes. It particularly did quite well. So it's up 3%. Coal India was up about 3.5%, 306 rupees. Hindalco did well, 3% higher, 106. Tata Steel, so the entire metals pack, as we have been pointing out, did well. Axis Bank opened gap up yesterday, went down quite significantly, but today up 2.5 to about 3%. BOB was among the top gainers, up about 2.5. HUL was a gainer in the last half an hour or so. IndusInd Bank again at a record high, and clearly for IndusInd and Yes Bank, this move is being like a dream run. Wipro was among the top losers throughout the day, did recover off the day's low, but still was among the top losers. HCL Tech was also on the lower side, so we'll pull up that name, 1.7% decline. Bharti Airtel was also on the lower side. So if you look at Bharti Airtel, okay, 0. I think Bharti was just flipping between red and green, so maybe that's the reason. And Bosch was down about 0.88%. From the mid-cap space, Crompton Greaves, we have been pointing that out since morning, up 10%. 10%. It was up 10% yesterday as well. 8.5% higher, 74 rupees for Crompton and Greaves. Gokuldas Export, again, last 3 days move has been phenomenal. 6.5% on the higher side, 109 for Gokuldas. Ujjivan Financial, it's a new listing, has particularly done quite well and continues to do well. First Source Solution, 3% higher, 41.42 for First Source Solution. 3.8 million shares traded for First Source Solution, and Arcom also did well. Arcom was up about 3%. It was up 5% yesterday as well. From the mid-cap space, Vakranji Software was on the lower side, but it was down about 4%. It has seen some news flow of late, but down about 4.5% right now for Vakranji Software. Punj Lloyd was down 5%, 19 odd rupees, and Just Dial was down about 2.7. Imtiyaz is still with us. Imtiyaz, first a view on the on Yes Bank, 1,050 at a record high. Every day you're seeing fresh buying coming into this thing.
Yes, Pankaj, we had seen very good performance from the Yes Bank, and most probably above 1,000 price. The stocks, the moment they enter into the 4th digit, I think so it has given a very much lot of attraction toward the investors and traders to start bidding on the Yes Bank. No doubt, today also we have seen some sort of a momentum getting built up, and I think so this momentum will definitely continue for another 20 to 30 rupees. But one thing need to be understand, the market and the stocks, Yes Bank, are trading on an overbought situation. So any due correction comes in the stocks and the market. So I think so buy on decline strategy need to be kept. Once again, if the stocks come back to 1,010, 1,015, so that would be the level one can enter the stocks.
Right, but there's no reason just because they are trading on the positive side, one should go and short the name.
Would be very difficult, Pankaj, to go short on the market, because as we had seen from last 6-7 trading session, the market is not absorbing the bear stand, and whenever the short comes in, I think so the market takes it very easily, and the next day we see the call off of previous high. Today also we had seen the 2-day of call off, and today we have seen the breakout of previous top, that is Monday top, we had been breakout. So I think so this is a very positive indication, and I don't think so the bulls will definitely give up so early. So one need to be wait and watch. Maybe what is my projection would be 83.30, 83.333 would be the level one should be watching out for the profit booking arising from that level.
Any view on Crompton and Greaves? After the split, it's given a return of more than 30-40%.
Yes, Pankaj, there was some corporate action has been taken place, and after that there was some change in the management, and after, the stock has shown a very deep correction. But after the correction, we have seen the fall down, which was somewhere in the month of March 2016, and from that level, I think the stocks is continuously giving a better return from the lower level. But as of now, from the high level, from where the stock has fallen, is already we can say around 20-25% has been recovered, but still more to go ahead. I believe that if somebody is looking for the stocks to accumulate, then one should be watching around 60 rupees level to be re-entered. Not as of now, because maybe the stocks can tank in a day or two and can see 60 level. At that point of time, the technical would be definitely favoring for the another uptick, which is going to filter the gap on the daily chart, which comes around 89 to 90 rupees.
Right. How would you look at something like a Engineers India Limited, EIL?
Pankaj, not very closely track the stocks, because very less we will see the momentum in the stocks. But more or less, if I see some sort of a consolidation zone getting over for the stocks, so maybe the stock should sustain above 190 for another couple of trading sessions, and thereafter we can see the breakout of the stocks and would lead to around 220 to 30 level.
Right. Bajaj Finance, again a name that is not tracked, but it's a name which has done phenomenally well.
Yes, Pankaj, we have seen a very good rally in the Bajaj Finance, FinServ, and it was totally been...
No, I'm talking about Bajaj Finance, not FinServ.
Okay, Bajaj Finance, we have seen very good rally, and this rally is not... As of now, it was almost previously it was when the stock was around 5,000 or 4,500. It was showing a very mass participations. Liquidity is a very big concern for the stocks, because not as much traded on the exchange. But very rarely we can give any target, because already the stock has shoot up 2,500 point in just a short span of time. So it will be very difficult, but maybe I can say on a higher level one can take some profit.
Right. How would you look at Coal India? 308, 2 days has done very well, last 2 days.
But more or less, Pankaj, today I can see the Coal India is giving some sort of a breakout, because the volume has built up, and the candle formation which we are seeing right now is totally a pressing line, and you can say it's a very positive candle coming for the Coal India on today. I think so. If today highs get call off for tomorrow, then the stocks will definitely tend to show 330, 340 level in very short span of time.
Right. Hindalco, what's the view? 106.
Already given a fantastic rally in couple of trading session. Some days back it was around 90, and the day around 10-12% gain, and today also around 3% gain. So already moved up very much higher. Looking for the if somebody is looking for the investment point of view, I think so better than the Hindalco, I think so one should be accumulating Tata Steel, which is phenomenally very much sound stocks at this level.
Right. How would you look at Tata Steel? What would be the targets over there then?
For the shorter term, I'm expecting 380 and 400 figures, but in the third leg of the market. As of now, the stocks is showing, in last two trading sessions, we have seen a very good return coming in. The stocks tend to consolidate in this current zone 350 and 330 level. And once we see the breakout, the stocks will definitely go to 400 plus. Will maybe in a June series or maybe in a short-term rally. But overall, if I'm looking for the longer term, then I think the stocks has the potential to cross 600 rupees.
Right. Any view on JSW or probably JSPL? They are also steel names.
Not very closely watched this JSW Steel and Jindal Steel, but JSW Steel sounds very good on the chart. But as of now, focused totally on the metal sector, then Tata Steel preferred very much good for the shorter term to longer term.
Right. Let's talk about Adani Ports. That's also a name which has done well from the lows, of course, not from the highs. But what would be your view?
Yes, Pankaj, I think so. Couple of trading sessions, the stock has given a very good return, and from the lower level, it has recovered very much faster. We exactly say this is a faster retracement of the fall, and I think so. This rally would definitely continue, but there is a very stiff resistance at 233 level. So I think so. The stocks can come nearby to that level, and then after we can see some sort of a correction. If somebody is having the position, then should we hold on till the level of 230, 233 level.
Right. Any view as far as something like a Tata Motors is concerned? Yesterday had a very big move. Today was 3-4 points on the higher side.
No doubt, Pankaj, the stock has given a very phenomenal return in last trading session. From the day of the result, the stock has gone into a very good up move. But the story has come for the Tata Motors also. The resistance is totally in place. 460, 463 is a very stiff resistance. Until unless this doesn't break out, I don't think so there would be any further rally. And if at all the market shows some sort of a weakness or correction, then all the stocks which has given a very good return would tend to see some sort of a profit booking. So maybe as of now would not go any long position in this, would definitely wait for somewhere around 443 to break down and some retracement comes in around 420, 410 level, then would be a very good buy at that level.
DLF 133.
I would be a buyer of DLF as of now because after the result, the stock has shown a very good performance. And the day of the result, the next day, the stocks went down, shown some sort of a supply has comes in and it got absorbed, and the next day it has given a very good move around 2 to 3%. And today being a flat, would be placing a stop loss somewhere around 124, 125, and looking for the target of around 140 to 145 in maybe in a week of time frame.
Right, and you would wait for corrections or you would start buying, because it's generally 130, 135 is that level from where it tends to reverse back.
Yes, Pankaj, if you see the chart of the DLF, 130, 135 is a consolidation zone. But no doubt the technicals are very much favorable for the stocks because stock was already moved up, then showed a correction, and right now the third leg would get definitely open. And this leg would definitely take the stocks to around 145 level. So looking at the open interest and the derivatives point of view, I think so 140 is achievable, and on a higher end 145 can be seen.
Right, how would you look at HDIL or Indiabulls real estate from that pack?
Panga, already very much big rally has been taken into the HDIL and Indiabulls real estate. I think so one should be shifting from that stocks and would be looking for DLF.
Right, Imtiyaz, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure.